8 planets. 7 of them will not let you live. Some end you in seconds, one of them lets you watch. The first clock starts here. Mercury, closest planet to the Sun, and one of the coldest places we know. No atmosphere, nothing to hold heat, nothing to soften shadow. Step into daylight here, and you stand beneath the Sun nearly 3 times the size of ours, on a surface of 430 degrees. Step 10 meters into the shadow of a crater wall, and the temperature collapses to -180. The vacuum begins to pull moisture from your eyes, your lungs, your skin. Your awareness fades within seconds, long enough to know what is happening. The Sun finishes the rest. Mercury's clock is fast. It is not the worst. The next clock already running. Venus. From orbit, the most beautiful planet in our system. Soft, a yellow jewel held against the dark. We once believed it was a younger Earth, a second world hidden beneath the clouds. We were wrong. Venus is the inside of an oven that has run for 4 billion years. The atmosphere weighs 90 times what ours does, the equivalent of standing a kilometre beneath the sea. The surface holds at 462 degrees, hot enough to melt lead. Above it, clouds of sulfuric acid, winds that circle the entire planet every 4 days. If you stood there, your body would not register the heat first. It would register the weight. The Soviet probe Venera 13, built of titanium, lasted 127 minutes. You would not last 8. We pass Earth, the only world that lets you live. The next one looks just like it. Mars, the worst clock in this system. Not because it ends you the fastest, because it ends you the slowest. Mars looks, from a certain angle, like a desert on Earth. Red dust, pale pink sky at dawn. A horizon you recognize. On a summer day at the equator, 20 degrees Celsius. The same as a spring afternoon in Europe. There are seasons, there are clouds. The sun rises and sets. It is the only other place in this system where, for a moment, you might forget where you are. The trap is in that recognition. Mars has almost no atmosphere, 0.6% of Earth's. The pressure is so low that liquid water cannot exist on the surface. There is no oxygen, and even if there were, the pressure is too low for your lungs to use it. You would lose consciousness within minutes, aware for the first 15 seconds, long enough to understand, looking out at a landscape that almost looks like home. The sky a soft pink, the dust under your hands the color of dried clay, and nothing for 40 million kilometers built to keep you alive. Mars is the planet we point children toward, the dream of every space agency on Earth, the promise of the next chapter for our species. It is also the patient one. It does not work quickly. It lets you watch. After Mars, the system gets simpler. It just works faster. Jupiter, 300 times the mass of Earth. A storm twice the width of our world, raging without pause for at least 350 years. There is no surface here. Jupiter is a fall, not a landing. The first thing to stop you would be invisible. Its magnetic field is the strongest in the solar system after the Sun. Inside it, charged particles move at nearly the speed of light. The radiation alone, enough to overwhelm an unshielded human in hours. Continue downward. The air thickens, then liquefies. Pressure builds beyond anything our laboratories can replicate. At depths where Earth's entire ocean would compress to the size of a marble, you become part of the planet. We have never reached the bottom of Jupiter. We do not know if there is one. After Jupiter, its quieter twin, Saturn, gentler only in image, the most photographed object beyond our own moon. Beautiful, adorned. The rings are not jewelry. They are the scattered remains of moons that came too close, pulled apart, ground down, frozen into orbit. Saturn's winds run at 1,800 kilometers per hour. There is no surface here either. The same long fall, slower, colder, just as final. At the heart of Saturn, hydrogen behaves like nothing on Earth. It conducts electricity like copper wire, a core under pressure no instrument has ever measured. The Cassini probe spent 13 years circling Saturn, sending back images. In 2017, running low on fuel, it was sent into the planet on purpose, to burn before it could fall. We send probes here. None come back. Further out, Uranus, the strangest of the seven. Its axis lies almost flat against the plane of its orbit. The poles take turns facing the Sun, each in a 42-year night. A world where the Sun rises once in your lifetime, hangs in the sky for 2 human generations, then sets. You will never see this happen. Nothing can stand on Uranus. There is no ground. Beneath the haze of methane and hydrogen, a vast layer of water and ammonia, cold enough to freeze anything that fell into it. The wind alone would tear apart anything that stood there. The Sun here is a faint star, bright enough to cast a shadow, nothing more. Uranus has been visited once, Voyager 2 in 1986, a flyby of 6 hours. After that, silence. We will not return in your lifetime, not in your children's lifetimes, maybe never. 1 clock left in the dark. Neptune, the fastest sustained winds known anywhere in the solar system. 2,400 kilometers per hour. Cloud tops at -218 degrees. Whatever fell into Neptune would freeze before it was crushed. From here, the Sun is a single pinpoint, no bigger than Venus in our sky. Light reaches Neptune after 4 hours of travel. By the time it arrives, it is 1/900th of what we know. Voyager 2 passed in 1989. Nothing has been back since. It still sits there, in the dark, doing what it has always done, holding its winds, holding its cold, holding its place at the edge of everything we know. 7 clocks, 7 worlds that will not let you remain. And then, Earth. Step outside, your body holds. The pressure does not crush you. The wind does not strip your skin. The cold does not end you in a single breath. You can stand on the surface. For an hour, for a day, for a lifetime. We grew up thinking Earth was one world among many. It is not. The other worlds are normal. They are what the universe is. Vacuum, heat, crushing pressure, acid, radiation, cold that does not relent, wind that allows nothing to stand. Earth is the anomaly, the exception in a system designed without us in mind, the narrow band where something like us became possible, the thinnest possible accident. Think about what had to happen. A planet at exactly the right distance from a stable star, liquid water on the surface, a magnetic field strong enough to hold an atmosphere, a moon large enough to steady the axis, plate tectonics, carbon, oxygen, a history 4 billion years long, threaded through asteroid impacts, ice ages, mass extinctions, and somehow none of them final. Look at the photograph Voyager 1 took from beyond Neptune. Earth is a single pixel, less than a pixel, caught in a beam of scattered sunlight, lost in the dark.